The map of Kenshi looked the same as it does now, or very similar to what it does now during the First Empire. And I can actually pull up my other map to prove that. So this is the map during the Second Empire. Now, if you'll notice, comparatively, all of the Second Empire buildings, the buildings that are old Empire, right? Because the difference between, you can always tell what's the Second Empire and what's the First Empire by the nomenclature, okay? So anything that says Old Empire is second. That's old. Anything that says ancient is first. Now, something that I found really interesting is when you follow the topography of the map, right, and you fill it in based on signs of water erosion, all of the Second Empire buildings, every single one of them is either on the coast or on land. Many of the ancient Empire buildings, not all, but many, are underwater. And so what that tells me is that during the First Empire, the water levels in Kenshi were similar to what they are now. And then the water levels rose between the fall of the First Empire and the Second Empire, and they ended up looking like this. Now, during the First Empire, the floodlands was where skeletons were produced. This was a heavy, heavy area of manufacturing. And because of that, there was a lot of chemicals, a lot of heavy metals. And so when this area floods, the area to the north of here ends up absorbing the nutrients, the materials, the metal, the chemicals into the land itself. Okay? And I believe that it's iron specifically because the ground in the Cannibal Plains in this area is blue. And in real life, there is a process called glaying. And that is when there is an overproduction of iron in the soil, that it gets absorbed into the soil, and it causes soil to turn a bluish color. It's the same reason that the gut is blue. And it's also the same reason that the trees in the gut are made of iron, and you can mine iron from them because they evolved to absorb that iron instead of dying. That's just a thing that happened on Kenshi. It doesn't happen in real life that we've ever seen, but one could make certain assumptions that the trees learned to live and subsist off that iron-rich soil, that glaying soil that's blue because of the high content of iron, okay? And so the problem is that if up here was where they grew food during the Second Empire, they would be ingesting heavy metal. They'd be ingesting chemical. And over time, one could assume that that would cause them to experience heavy metal poisoning, it could cause degrading effects on their mental state. Suddenly you have people that are becoming A, stupider, and B, more aggressive. And so then they start killing people. They start eating people.